Okay, I'm back. For those of you that are new, this is 13 Signs Astrology on a long sequence. Started out in the East, and now we're out West. Took a break for about 3 years altogether. It's kind of like a scenario where I was kind of like almost locked up or something. You can almost look at it like that. I wasn't physically, I was locked up a few times physically during the sabbatical, but it was more of like a spiritual isolation. Just getting myself, in order and things of that nature, and figuring out where I wanted to go with all of this information that I learned and things like that. So where I'm at now is that, of course, that ended. I decided to come back out from a small ebook that started out, and then I was booked by a friend, and next thing you know, I'm out West. And in the course of that time, when I was on my sabbatical, I became like really deep in the sovereignty movement as far as establishing my resources and trying to tie them into various different cities and communities and things like that to kind of live off of the grid, but yet still do business. That's how I kind of chose to do business, and it's kind of rough because, of course, you don't have really anybody doing this. It's essentially like, you're running your own government. So where I'm at now is that I'm out West. We got the IDs done. As we were kind of speaking on the last episode, people was kind of saying they was having a hard time hearing me. I'm out West, and it's a lot of music. It's kind of hype, you know what I'm saying? So just bear with me, and I'll keep updating you on what's going on. But what happened was that I needed to get some IDs because out here, like out east, a whole lot of people know me, and a whole lot of people know me out west too, actually. But out west, there's a lot of hostility out here, and because of the videos I put out, of course, about the bounty and all of that, I guess. So I know I've kind of created a few enemies out here, in the course of me trying to establish myself out here. So I guess what I want to do on this episode real quick, though, is just make myself clear. Like, I'm not here to make any enemies. I just do business in a certain kind of way, in a certain kind of fashion, and I don't, believe in using a lot of IDs and things of that nature because of the fact that the control, man, that they put on you when you start identifying with other people's paperwork. So what I did to solve all of that, instead of going through all these explanations and arguing with different officers, which is kind of what I've been doing, having to explain myself like, yo, I'm a sovereign, this, that, and that, I just created a media pass. And hopefully with this media pass, a fan of mine created it actually, and it looks pretty good. And hopefully with this media pass, what we're gonna do is use this media pass and go around today to see if like how they accept that at the different casinos and stuff like that, because I do got a lot of information and things like that to bring, especially being out here in Vegas, man, about the Mystic Order of Melchizedek and things of that nature, man. Being out here in Vegas, it's a lot of hidden underworld material, I'll just say that. And not that I want to reveal a lot of it, but, you are on somebody's land, so I believe in, before you go and do X, Y, and Z, you kind of establish yourself. So I'm going to kind of go and see how they accept this media pass. I want to spend some money with them and things like that, and I got some projects I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I also want to kind of extend my number again out because I need to get with, it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, but just anyone that's conscious right now from Canada that may be watching this video. I need you to call me up or send me a text message. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 or 3 of you, because I'm going to be interviewing people from Canada and possibly making it up there in a couple of months. My number is, of course, in the U.S., it's area code 513-304-8638. We put the 1 in front of the 513-304-8638. Hit me up on that number on a text message. You can call me, but hit me on the text message. Let me know you're from Canada, and I'm going to call you back. We can kind of talk it over and figure out a way to do an interview, because I want to collab with some people up there, because what I'm doing myself is creating a grid, and it's getting me a lot of fucking drama, and creating this grid because I know it's real and people know that it's real. And it's like, if a person can see your aura from like a whole nother country and you can connect with that person, you can establish like $1 million bond with people. that way. And you can kind of turn yourself into like a pyramid or a group of people into a pyramid, essentially, and begin to channel money from all over the world to you. And the thing is that it's you don't have to worry about like competition with this. And people, it's a lot of jealousy. But what people don't realize is that if you're connected in, and from there you're like a generator. So you connected in with this group, so you can go generate and get as much money as you want just from your affiliation with this group. And that's kind of like what I've started. And it's getting kind of big or whatever. And of course we have enemies and things of that nature. But I mean, we generated, man, thousands of dollars from just coming from here. You got to remember, I came from nothing, man. Like, especially from when I went on my sabbatical and had to go on my fact-finding mission, when I was kind of like in my situation where I was kind of locked down for those 3 years, man. I didn't have anything. And I'm still really coming out of that mentally, but the gifts and opportunities that I'm getting, the places people want me to go to, to do the different spiritual appraisals I can do for people and helping people not only financially, but on a spiritual level, it's starting to really build up. But it's a lot of opposition. But however, that's just letting me know that I'm becoming successful. And that's letting me know that, I got to become more diligent with my security and how I move and how I who I am, how I represent myself. So what I'm going to do today is that, if the doors aren't open and correctly in the different casinos and I can't really get a good angle to kind of give you more videos and information, I'm gonna go ahead and make another trip. We're gonna go ahead and go to a different part of the country and keep going with these episodes, man, because it's gonna be an exciting summer. So I got a lot of shit planned. What's going on today is why I'm in Vegas is because like I bet, like I teach, but it's like I know how to bet with my information with different call orders and different groups. And this is how I ended up in Vegas. I was doing this actually when I was back even kind of like locked down, because it was casinos at where I was locked down at. So like I betted to get here. And this is how I became where I'm at. And people kind of don't like when I talk about this stuff, and they like, is it real and all of this? But it's like, I could pull out and show you money every day, and I didn't have money every day from betting. And this is how I got here, but it's kind of coming to a point. I'm in Vegas, and this is like the capital of betting. So now it's like, okay, the betting thing is either going to continue on, because I want to kind of move. I use hockey, for instance. So like, I was working with Winnipeg and another in the Canadians, and I was working with them or whatever, and I want to continue working with the Canadians. However, I'm at a good point being in Vegas, because Vegas is in the playoffs too, in the NHL. That's pretty much what I work with, is the NHL on the side. That's what I do on the side. Just friends and stuff like that, people I know in the industry, But if I can't have a good angle, not that I'll stop betting, but I'll just move to a different part of the country and shift a little bit of how I'm operating right now. So as you can kind of see, I kind of moved heavily into this Vegas life, because this is where I kind of got stuck at because of the scenario. And I just made the best of it and ended up coming out with some, abundance, man. I'll just, I'll get more into it. But so that's what we're going to do today. See what's up. I'll let you guys know, keep you guys posted, see where I'm going to end up at. And as always, stay vigilant. Stay focused. In New York too, I may end up in New York. I'm not gonna put the information out yet, but I'll say New York people, stay tuned, because I may be calling for New York next. So we got to see how this goes. It's like a ping pong thing. I'm not trying to bounce around, but I'm an astrologer and I know how to make certain alignments. So I knew that this would be a key year because of the Sirius star alignment and things like that, which is actually going on this month from what I believe. I got to look that up and do a video on that. But I knew this was going to be a key year and things like that. And I knew I would end up in key spots. And I know that I'm not necessarily from these areas, but I know how to make pacts and treaties and agreements and things like that and keep it moving, because this is my mission and journey, is to not only move, but to keep this pyramid going. It's to eventually have enough people that are millionaires up under me that I've created. And then we'll go into the next level of this, which will be getting into building, physically building shit. Not that I want to do it, but I want to show and lay out a lot of blueprints on shit that needs to be built. Not only here in this country, but in other countries, and aligned, so that we can get this grid together and get this shit going, so we can get to some real money making, to free ourselves from this karma that we in. Because it's my belief, what I'm moving into, that our karma is linked into our financial problems at this point. At this point, we have to all focus on our financial problems. Running and trying to go to God and church and things like that, was only meant to make you more abundant anyway. These prophets were already rich anyway. So at some point, we got to get away from the slavery of ignorance and move into abundance. So that's what I'm on. That's what I'm going to continue to try to propagate. Not try, but to continue to propagate. So I'm be coming up with you as to where my whereabouts in the next episode. We're going to be moving into some other information on a business level about what I'm going to do with these IDs and these media passes, because I may start distributing them and putting media specialists in different areas up under me so that we can get you guys some exposure, because anybody that knows me, I want you to make money, man. Like, that's what I'm about. So stay vigilant, keep studying, stay abundant. Namaste.